Hello everybody and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Red. In between episodes I did a little bit of work. Currently I am just kind of filling up my blood altar so that we have some blood to work with. That'll be plenty, thank you very much. I decided, because I was having some serious frame issues, I went ahead and closed this off. If we take a look back here though, yep, there we go. We have a trash can back here. So everything that this mob spawner is creating, we are just trashing it. We have other means of getting what we need, so I'm not too worried about it. Also, I showed you guys this mean looking transfer node setup over here with the lava and the cobblegen and whatnot. It was awesome. It worked very well. It got us 7 octuple compressed cobblestone. That's more cobblestone than we should ever need. But, you know, who knows? We may need more. So I just kind of slowed it down just a little bit here. I noticed, well, there's some frame rate issues right there. But the way we had these set up, I went ahead and I backed them down, so no longer are they pulling out 5 stacks of cobble and sending them down the line. They are only pulling out a stack at a time, and they're searching faster to dump it off. Also, I went through and I ripped the entire rest of it out. So we only have these 4 transfer nodes, or 8 transfer nodes rather, if I could learn to count, running our cobblegen at this point in time. And they're doing a fantastic job of keeping up and everything. It was just causing way too much lag. We may end up putting something else in this space since we have plenty of room here. So don't fret about that. That's not a big deal. So we will head back upstairs here. And as you can see, our frame rate has gotten significantly better between last episode and this episode. Our Dormalayas have finally stopped eating, gorging themselves on food. Our lovely extreme chili, which we could use a bite of ourselves. There we go. And our mana pools are filled back up and we are good to go. So this episode we want to work on moving forward in our magical careers. And for that we're going to need a couple of ender pearls. So let's go ahead and, you know, some of you that are observant will have already seen what I've got pulled up there. So let's come back over here. And we are going to take our ender pearls and let's just pop them in here. That's going to take 2,000 LP a piece for them to craft, so it'll be just a few moments for it to get that 6,000 LP that it needs. It shouldn't take very long. There we go. And we pull those out, and now we have teleposition focus. Well, what can we do with those teleposition focus? That's an excellent question. Let's go ahead and get these sorted out here because they're not designed to stack. And we will come back over here. Let's grab our blood orb, put it back in, start pulling out the LP, and get our spawner running, activated again. With the little bit that I did have this running, as you can see, we've now got over 114,000 LP in our own personal network. And it's filling up fast, quick, and in a hurry. So that's awesome. We got plenty of LP to work with, and like I said, as soon as our soul network gets completely filled up, it will start filling up this blood altar. And with this thing running all the time, we will never have to worry about LP in the future. So if we can fight this lag and get back out of here over to our main room, there we go. We are going to create what are called teleposers. Now for teleposers, it's just one of those teleposition focuses, which are foci, which you saw me just create. It was just a ender pearl in a blood altar with 2,000 LP, gets you 1. We made 3 of them because we're going to need 2 of these. So let's go ahead and we'll pop another one in there, and we will pull out 1, 2 of those. Excellent. So what can we do with these? Well, let's first get us a button here. And just regular stone. There we go. A button. Awesome. Now, these teleposers are awesome. They move anything in the world from one place to another. So if we set one there, and we set one there, let's just put a piece of dirt on top. Nothing's going to happen. We can take our button, put our button on here. Nothing happens. That's where the teleposition focus comes into play. If we come up and we look, it says that it's just an ender pearl imbued with blood. Remember, we gotta right click it, make sure that it's bound to us. There we go, now it's bound to us. Otherwise it wouldn't have worked anyway. And you saw that the coordinates said 0, 0, 0, bound dimension 0. Well, if we right click this teleposer and look again, now we can see that the coordinates are 1030 by 64 by 1982. Well, if we hop on top here of our teleposer and look at our X, 1030, Z, 1982, and Y, 65. Well, that's one block above where the teleposer is. That's perfect. That's what we want. So if we come over here now, we can right click on this teleposer and we put the teleposition focus inside the teleposer. Now watch, as soon as we hit this button, boom, there goes the dirt. It is now over on top of this other teleposer. If we want it back, we can just redstone signal it down, and it's back. And we can just keep moving stuff back and forth. Well, Red, that's great, but what good is that going to do us? Well, also between episodes here, I've been working on another secret room that is just about finished, but let's go ahead and grab our... Do we have another travel anchor? We do not, so let's make another travel anchor real quick. Make sure we have everything. We do not, so... Do we have the pulsating iron? We do. Excellent. Oops. And there's our pulsating crystal. And there's our travel anchor. Excellent. We are going to start diving into yet another mod. So if we come down here, hidden in plain view, I watched past it multiple times, but if we go right in here, we have a secret room, which I will be redoing. I'm not happy with how this turned out. I actually did something else in a different game that I like a whole heck of a lot, and I'm going to do it with this room. So this room will be changing, because if you come over here and you didn't know where these corners were and you look, it is pitch black. You can see absolutely nothing. And as cool as that is, making you think that you are just, you know, completely on your own and in solitude, it's not very good for working out, because, you know, if I want to put the torches in the corner over there, you'd have no idea where the corner was, and you'd be, you know, running over there, running. Okay, where's the end of the room? And then boom, you wouldn't even know that you were at the end of the room. You would think that you just continued running. So yeah, this will be changing up just a little bit, as well as the inside of these rooms. You know, again, I thought it would look cool, and I was wrong. So don't fret, this room will be changed by the next episode. However, some of you might be like, okay, Red, that's great. So what are we doing down here? Well, I will show you, because we are going to start with Thaumcraft. This is going to be our Thaumcraft room. As you can see, I've already got the altar set up on how it's going to be. We have, you know, our runic matrix is going to set up there. This is the edge of the 12 by 12 by 5 by 10 that the runic matrix will read in. So how do we get started in Thaumcraft, and what can we do with these teleposers? Well, I will show you. If we come up here, and you know what, we can, now that we have our travel anchor there, we can close this back off and make it look like nothing ever happened. Come up here, and we will also check the weather real quick, because we have a storm headed towards us. Well, this definitely took a turn for the different here. We'll keep an eye on that storm, because it is a hailstorm right now. Make sure it doesn't go tornadic on us. And we've got our teleposers. We've got an anti-block. That is what I used to make that room down there, were anti-blocks. The anti-blocks were just stone with a piece of glowstone in the center. You get 8 of them. Then I chiseled them to black. And so with Thaumcraft, we are going to first create a thermometer, which is right there. Well, that's going to require some glass, couple of gold, and any type of shard. So we should have everything except the shards in here, which we do. So let's go see, and we have an absolute boatload of earth shards. So let's go ahead and, you know what, we're going to make a couple of these because we're going to want something almost immediately once we dive into Thaumcraft a little bit more. So let's put those in there. We will pull those out, and we will get our thermometers. Cool. So, what good are these going to do us? Well, we take our thermometer, and we now have a F-Zero tornado heading for our base. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later, guys, and here it is. So we will come out here, and we will keep an eye on this thing, and pray that it does not hit our base directly. Otherwise, we will be doing damage control the rest of this episode instead of working on Thaumcraft. So, hang in, guys. We could be in for a bumpy ride, depending on where this thing goes. This is not at all what I had planned this episode. That's just goes to show. And now it's up to an F1. And guys, hold on to your britches, because we are taking a direct hit from this thing. This is not going to be fun. Here come the sirens pretty soon, because it's going to cross that threshold for the siren. Unless we get lucky and it turns some more. We may get lucky, but it is definitely not going to miss us by much. This is, like I said, definitely not what I wanted to do this episode, but you know, when severe weather strikes, it strikes. So we will just kind of sit here and wait for a moment for this this storm to pass. I mean, it's still gonna pass off just off to our north there, but not by much. And it looks like it is growing in size. It looks like it might end up going up to an F2. Oh, hold on, base. Which means our room up there could potentially be destroyed. There's the tornado sirens. It is within 256 blocks of us now. It is still an F1. Kind of hope and pray here real quick that it continues off to the north and does not, you know, come down and hit our base, because that would really, really suck. I mean, I think we're doing okay for now. I think it'll continue to pass off to the north. But as we get closer, you can see it's just absolutely demolishing the terrain again and chucking those blocks way up into the air. We'll have to watch out and make sure not to get hit by those blocks as well, because those do hurt as they come back down. It's passing right through our backyard. And it looks like we might get lucky. And it might actually miss us. Not by much, though. That's even closer than the last one was. I mean, well. Okay, have some lag issues there. All these entities getting thrown around and whatnot, it's causing it to kind of lag out just a little bit there. Well, the base is safe once more, barely. Let's come down here and see well, it downgraded to an F0. So we will give it a moment to kind of clear out. Hopefully. Get these sirens to shut up a bit. I mean, the sirens are great and all, but they do get a little bit annoying when they keep going off and off and off. But looks like it's out of our range now. Let's go, well, let's go sleep through the night first. And, go survey the damage real quick. I can find our bed. There it is. Alright, there we go. Still an F0 heading off to the north and east. Alright, so let's go take a look, make sure that our farms are okay. Farms seem to be okay. Like I said, it did not miss us by a whole heck of a lot, guys. It almost followed the same exact path that the initial one that almost hit us. Again, you can see the devastation that it left behind. There's another look. There's where it trailed off to the north and east. The other one, as you can see, was coming straight for our farms, but then it made that drastic turn and just missed us. So, yeah, go away, sapling, we don't want you. So yeah, another disaster averted, barely, because right there's the path it traveled down. So, yeah, that was fun and exciting. So anyways, it's back to work now, I suppose. Huh, that definitely got the old ticker racing and got the adrenaline flowing. So, where was I? Ah, yes. The thermometer and Thermcraft. So, what can we do with this? Well, we can look at stuff. Yay, I know, right? But if we hold right shift, we learn different aspects. And with these aspects, we can do different stuff. Let's take a look here and see if we got lucky throughout our adventures. I forget. We did not get one there. We did get these crimson rights. Those won't help us as of yet. Ah, we did. Thaumonometon. Well, let's take a look at the Thaumonometon. Because if we take a look at the aspects of magic, we can see that there are all different types of magic that go on here. There's primal aspects, such as your air, terra, ignis, aqua, ordo, and perditio. And then there's compound aspects as well. Now, I won't bore you and go through and read every last word in this book here, because you guys, I'm sure, can all read on your own and, you know, figure out what's going on with Thaumcraft. I'll help you out along the way and whatnot, of course. But I'm not going to sit here and read this to you guys. But as you can see, when we stand that torch, it's telling us that Lux aspect is made up of air plus ignis. Well, okay, that's cool. And if we scan other stuff, like our Terra, we can hover over the icon there, and it shows us that dirt has 2 Terra in it, and cobblestone has 1. Cobblestone also carries the perditio aspect as well. So, what can we do with this stuff? Well, nothing right now, unfortunately, because we do not have enough aspects. But let us go ahead and we will see, there's even more aspects that we don't even know yet that we have to learn and research. So, let us get a couple of tables from Thaumcraft. And they are going to be right here, table. That's really simple. It's just some sort of wood planks with some sort of slab on top. So let's come back in here and get some more wood. Turn those into slabs. We'll need a decent amount of those, and that was kind of stupid there, red. There we go. Let's get about 3 of these to start. And we also got lucky that when we were taking care of those pecks, they left behind their wands, so we don't need to make a wand. However, an iron wand is very simple. It is just a couple of iron caps with a stick. The iron caps are just some sort of iron nugget. You break down a piece of iron into the iron nuggets, and it's just like a helmet that gives you the iron cap. Get 2 of those, put them together, and you have an iron-capped wooden wand with a capacity of 25, but a cost of 110%. So that means that if something costs 100 essence to create, pardon me guys, but if it costs 100 essence to create out of the wand, which of course, you know, the wand only holds 25, not 100, but it would actually cost us 110 of each aspect. So it increases. Now, as we go up, you know, we can get a gold banded great wood wand, which has double the capacity at 50 and only costs 100%. So if it's going to cost us 50 of each aspect, it's only going to cost us 50 of each aspect. And we can go up from there all the way up to the Thaumium Boss Silverwood wand, which definitely takes some crafting to get. But, you know, once we get up there, we get a 90% average cost, which means instead of costing us 100 points in each aspect, it's only going to cost us 90 points in each aspect. And there's other things that we can get and that we can use in order to, you know, reduce the cost of things. So if we take a look at our Thaumonometon here, again, we don't have enough to really research anything, but to get started, we're going to want a few things. So basic alchemy, and again, you know, I'm not going to read this to you guys can read it on your own, but it's a mystical construct which needs some sort of wand and a cauldron. Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Let's make ourselves a cauldron. So let's grab some iron here real quick and get ourselves a cauldron. Okay. So we've got a cauldron. What do they want us to do with it? Well, they want us to place it down in the world, take our wand, and right-click it. And now we have a crucible. How cool is that? So let's pick that up because we will need that. And let's see what else do we have in our goodies over here from Thaumcraft. Hey, we have a piece of nitor as well. Now, we don't know how to make that yet because we haven't researched it, but you know what? Let's go ahead and research it. Now, again, there's a whole mini game that you can turn on in the configs where you have to, you know, match up different icons and whatnot in order to learn research. It's fun to a point. It gets very frustrating, and I just want to get into the bulk of it. I want to start creating stuff and playing with the magic. So I turn that off in my configs so I can just click and learn. So now we know how to make nitor. And nitor is made in a crucible with some sort of ignis aspect, some sort of lux aspect, 3 of each, and potentia. Well, what is potentia? Well, again, we can come back to the basic information and look and not find it because we haven't researched it yet. So we know about potentia, we just haven't learned what has potentia in it. Well, I happen to know that both coal and charcoal have potentia. So if we scan these, we can learn that, or we can hear that we just learned potentia, and down in the green, you have discovered a clue to a new research. So there we go. We can take a look back in our alchemy now, and potentia. We back out and take a look in our aspects of magic. There it is, potentia. And we learned that both coal and charcoal have 2 potentia in it. How cool, huh? And to make potentia, you mix ignis and ordo. Neat. So what about these tables that you made, Red? Good question. Let us head back down to our Thaumcraft area, which is right there. And again, this will be changed up. But let's put a couple of them right there. And this one, let's go ahead and throw this right here. So, what if we hit one of these tables with a wand? Well, hey, look at that. It becomes an arcane work table. And again, all of this information is in the Thaumonomicon. You right click and it works just like a standard crafting table. So if we take, let's see here, what do we got here that we can craft up? Well, simple enough. We take dirt, we can put it in here, and voila, now we've got compressed dirt. So it works just like a normal crafting table, however, it holds a wand, and some recipes require the use of the aspects within the wand in order to craft. So let's take our wand back out. And what about this? Well, this is going to be our research table. But that doesn't look very much like a research table, and if we right click it, it's just going to give us another arcane work table. Well, we don't need another one of those. So let's go ahead and clear this out of here and go make another table. We'll grab an axe just to make it quicker. So let's come up here. We will grab another table. There we go, another table. And don't worry about that arcane workbench. We will definitely use it in the future. So, how do we do research? Well, we read a lot. And there's our thermometer. Oh. Well, we need some sort of glass bottle or glass vial, a feather, and some sort of ink sac. Well, okay. We can do that. Let's check and see if we have any feathers in here. And we don't. that's why we set up the chicken farm over here. So we'll come over here, we'll grab a feather or two by accident, that's fine. And we will throw those in here, and let's look for our inscription tools, which, again, this is what you would need if you were doing the long drawn out way. You would need the inscription tools, and you would have to keep filling it up with ink and everything else, and stocking your research table with paper in order to make the scrolls. And then you would play the mini game to learn the new aspects or the new research. So I'm just going to, is it scroll? No, scribe. Yeah, scribing tools. Come on. There we go. And we just want the basic scribing tools. I will use the last bottle because we should have one. There we go. Grab that. We only had one glass bottle. How perfect is that? Come down here to our Thaumcraft room. Let's place down our table. There. And we will place down. It's always best to go on the left-hand side because it just makes it look better. And so you click the right-click the right table with the scribing tools. And there we go. Now we have our research table. As you can see, we've got a list of aspects in here. Well, how do we get more? Well, we go around and we scan stuff. So we scan the crucible. Well, why didn't that work? We don't understand. We need to study crystals. Well, okay, we have crystals, which are these. We have other crystals as well. So let's, no, we can't. So we don't understand that either. Well, what do we understand? Honestly, we do not understand much of anything. So, in between episodes, I will be going around and literally scanning all of the things. I will be holding this in my hand just like this, holding right click and learning what I can. Or I will be going to the research table and, for instance, I know some of the stuff. So if I come in here and I mix, say, aqua rather, and terra, and learn, we learn victus, which is life. What if we do life and preditio? That learns mortus, or death. If we mix life and death, we get spiritus, which is the spirit world. So, like I said, in between episodes, I am going to, either mix these together like this. There's plenty of other plenty of guides that you can find online that list all of the aspects and whatnot. I'm just going to go through and learn as many as I can in between episodes here, and scan everything that we got so that we will be good and set up for utilizing Thaumcraft. Again, that tornado kind of threw me off my game, and I was taken aback by it. So we didn't get nearly as far ahead as I would have liked to have, but that's okay. We will get there. The series is moving along at a good clip, so I am not worried about it. Let's see if we've got enough to learn anything here now, and we don't. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. If you did, make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe in the comment section below. I will also change this room up a little bit in between episodes. Get it looking like more than just a big empty blackness. Like I said, I thought it would be cool, and I was sadly mistaken. So in the meantime, guys, I hope you have a great day, And I will talk to you in the next episode, where we will continue working on Thaumcraft and learning more about this teleposer and what we can move and how we can move it and what all it will be used for. So take care, guys. See ya.